Hi everyone, this is the video for problem 4-13. You are given information for employees and for the company of Quigley Corporation, and we're asked to complete W-2s. And then also we need to complete a W-3. And so there are two different forms that you're going to have to download for this week, and they both will be in the module in the actual problem. So let's start by entering in the employer information. I'm going to try to do kind of a split screen type of thing so you guys can see everything better. So let me zoom in on the Excel spreadsheet, make it a little bit easier to see. Okay, so the first thing we're given is we need the employer's identification number. So that would be the federal identification number. So in this case, it is 00-0, and 4 more zeros, 972. The employer's name and address is Quigley Corporation. And then you're probably just going to have to enter in, let's see. There we go. Fix the form a little. So we have Quigley Corporation, 4800 River Road, Philadelphia, control number is something we are not given. And so I'm going to pause the video and go ahead and enter this information on the other employees' W-2s that we have to complete. Okay, now that we have employer's information entered, we can start doing the information for each employee. So we have Kelly B. Roach, and her address is 54 Radisson Place, Philadelphia. And then we would do that for each of the employees. So again, I'm going to pause the video and enter in the information for the employees. Okay, so I have now entered in all of the employees' names and addresses, and now we have to do social security number for each employee. That is going to go up here at the top of the form. And then you're just going to go to each of the forms. And then just enter in everybody's social security number. Make sure you're putting the right employee on the right form. So Kenneth Ford. Okay. And then again, we're just doing it for every single employee. And then you will also be filling out W-2s and W-3s for your final projects. This gives you great practice. Okay, so now we have the Social Security information done. Now we have to figure out their taxes, and it gives us information. It tells us how much they've paid, how much they're paid per week, how much they have either going for 401ks, dependent care payments, union dues, and information like that. And they'll all be entered on these forms. So let's start out with the easy information. Let's go Social Security tax. So federal income tax withheld would be Social Security tax, so it's $2305.16. Oops, sorry, federal income tax, we haven't calculated that yet. Social Security tax is $2305.16. Medicare is $539.24. Let's see, they have $50 a week for 401k, so that's going to go in box 12. So we have $50 a week times 52 weeks gives us $2,600. And then we will need the calculator to calculate the rest of the information. Let's see. State income tax is $1,141.40. Local income tax is $1,453.92. Locality name is going to be Philadelphia. State is PA. Employer's state ID number, be up here, be the 00-0-1066. 00 dash. And again, these two items would be copied on the rest of the information. So now that we have most of the information entered for Kelly Roach, let's find out her actual payroll. So she's given $715 a week times 52 weeks. So that's $37,180. So that's going to be in boxes 3, 5, 16, and 18. Make sure that's the right amount, $37,180. The reason it is not for box number 1 is because she does have the 401k. The 401k reduces your taxable income for federal income tax. And so that box is going to be different. So to find out how much goes in box 1, we're going to take the actual income and subtract the 401k contributions of $2,600. So that gives us, excuse me, $34,580. And then we'd have to calculate federal income tax. We know she is paid weekly. She's single, she has one allowance. So we would go to the T-charts at the back of the book. Let me write down the page number so I can get back there quickly. Okay, so we need to go over a couple pages. So we're going to go on T5, weekly, 715, so at least 710, less than 720. That's 1, 2, so she's at $80 a week. So we're going to take 80 times 52. And I made a mistake on that one. We have to, before we can figure out taxable earnings, we have to subtract her 401k contribution. And so that means her taxable income is only $665 a week. So 660, but not more than 670, is $73 a week for federal income tax. So 73 times 52 gives us $3,796. And so that is how you would complete her tax form. Now on Ralph Volpe, he has the dependent care payment of $950. So on his, there is a specific place for dependent care benefits. And so he pays $950. So that's how much he paid for the year. So we're going to enter that, $950. And then we would enter in the rest of the information that we know. So he is paid $785 a week times 52 weeks. So 40,820. So don't forget he has 401k contributions. So that is going to play with our information. So Pennsylvania, employer state ID, I'm just going to go copy that, put that in, go ahead and enter that in everybody else's before I forget. Okay, and so now we're going to enter in his tax amount. So his Social Security tax withheld. $591.76. State income tax is $1,253.20. $1,596. Whoops. 40. Again, locality is Philadelphia. Okay, and let's figure out his 401k contributions. It's $70 a week. Gives us $3,640. Okay, so we're going to need to figure out Volp's actual taxable income. So we have the we have the 40,820 minus the 3,640 gives us 37,180. And this, oops, let me take care of that. And this should, since it's not a simple contribution like your final project, it's actually going to be D for a 401k. So make sure we have that information correct. And so now that is all we do for Volps. Let's double check. Okay, so now we have something a little different. We have union dues. And then you would also need to calculate Volp's federal income tax by looking at the T-charts. So everybody is going to be calculated based on the T-charts. And make sure you're looking for the the 785 minus the $70. That gives you taxable income of $715. So that's what you're going to use to calculate his federal income tax. For Myer, it's pretty much straightforward because there are no 401k contributions. The only difference you have is the union dues of $102. So that actually goes down in, get to the right individual, it actually goes down into box number 14. So you're going to list, everything is going to be the same for the other two employees. So union dues, $102. And then he gets she gets $885 a week times 52 gives us $46,020. And because there is no 401k, there are no 401k, we don't have to worry about calculating the taxable income differently. It's just going to be whatever you calculate by taking her weekly salary times 52. Then we have taxes. And those are just going to be straightforward, nothing special. Oops. Make sure you're entering the information in the correct box. Okay, we have, if I am paying attention to what I'm doing, that would make a big help. Okay. Okay, so that is my fault for not paying closer attention. Again, the locality name is going to be Philadelphia. And then that is all you would do for this individual. And so finally we get to Kenneth Ford. So he has some extra things that we're not quite used to seeing. And honestly, you won't actually see on your final project. So this is completely separate. And so there are going to be some excess information we have to enter for him. So again, let me zoom in. Again, some of this is standard. So this is going to be Philadelphia. He has $100 a week for 401k. I know it's easy math, but so that's going to be, it's actually going to go in box 12B. 12A is going to be what we use for the extra insurance. So we're going to enter the $262.75. So $262.75. We know this is Pennsylvania. We know his tax amounts, Social Security tax is 4368.69. Medicare is 1021.97. State income tax is 2155.40. Local income tax is 2745.08. So now we have to calculate his actual pay. And so we have $1,350 per week times 52 gives us $70,200. Now we have to subtract the $262.75. And I'm actually looking at the wrong problem, so let's figure out. So we have the $1,350 times 52 minus $5,200 gives us $65,000, and we have to add in the $262.75. That gives us, for the federal income tax, $65,262.75. So $65,262.75. And then again, let's calculate $1,350. Should have written that amount down. $7,200. And then again, we're going to add the $262 $2,000.75 into it. And so that is going to give us the amount here. So we have $74.62.75. So that is going to be the amount for boxes 3 and 5. And unfortunately, boxes 16 and 18 are going to be a completely different amount. And so to get the number for boxes for the 16 and 18, you're going to subtract out the $262.75. So that's just going to be $70,200. I know that one is going to be a little confusing. Luckily, there is nothing this complex on your final project. For the final project, you're going to have basically ones that are like Myer, Volp, and Roach. So those are the pretty standard ones. Now, the next one I want to go over is Howzer, because it is confusing, because you do have the educational assistance payments that go on top of his actual pay. And also don't forget, you're going to calculate federal income tax and make sure that you are deducting the 401k contributions from the weekly taxable amounts, because that will give you incorrect amounts when you go to do your homework. So Howzer, he is $79 a week, but he does have $50 a week for 401k. So that is going to be $2,600. He is getting $790 a week times 52, so that gives us $41,080. So that's going to go in most of the wages boxes. So let's calculate box number 1, take the actual total earnings, subtract his contributions to 401k, so that gives us $38,480. His educational assistance is going to go at the bottom in box 14. Educational assistance, $675. And then you would get the tax amounts from the textbook, and then you would go to the charts in the back of the book to get the federal income tax withheld. So that is how you complete the W-2s for problem 13. If you have any questions, let me know.